Dear Kitty, I got two things to confess to you today, which will take a long time. But I must tell someone, and you're the best one to tell, as I know that come what may, you always keep a secret. This is January 5th, 1944, Wednesday. The first is about Mummy. You know that I've grumbled a lot about Mummy, yet still tried to be nice to her again. Now it is suddenly clear to me what she lacks. Mummy herself has told us that she looked upon us more as her friends than her daughters. Now that is all very fine, but still, a friend can't take a mother's place. I need my mother as an example which I can follow. I want to be able to respect her. I have the feeling that Margot thinks differently about these things and would never be able to understand what I've just told you, and Daddy avoids all arguments about Mummy. I imagine a mother as a woman who in the first place shows great tact, especially towards her children when they reach our age, and who does not laugh at me if I cry about something, not pain, but other things like Mums does. One thing which perhaps may seem rather fatuous, I have never forgiven her. It was on a day that I had to go to the dentist. Mummy and Margot were going to come with me and agreed that I should take my bicycle. When we had finished at the dentist and were outside again, Margot and Mummy told me that they were going into town to look at something or buy something. I don't remember exactly what I wanted to go to, but was not allowed to as I had my bicycle with me. Tears of rage sprang into my eyes, and Mummy and Margot began laughing at me. Then I became so furious that I stuck my tongue out at them in the street just as an old woman happened to pass by who looked very shocked. I rode home on my bicycle, and I know I cried for a long time. And they said that she couldn't go along with them because she had a bicycle. Why couldn't she just take the bike with them? It is weird that when she wanted to go with them and they laughed at her because she started crying. That's pretty fucked up. That is fucked up. Well, you're on your bike, so we're just going to walk on to a place where only people can walk to, okay? Nah, we don't want to hang out with you. We just want to hang out amongst each other. Nope, just with each other. It is queer that the wound that Mummy made then still burns when I think of how angry I was that afternoon. The second is something that is very difficult to tell you because it is about myself. Yesterday I read an article about blushing by Sis Heister. This article might have been addressed to me personally, although I don't blush very easily. The other things in it certainly all fits me. She writes roughly something like this, that a girl in the years of puberty becomes quiet within and begins to think about the wonders that are happening to her body. I experienced that too. And that is why I get the feeling lately of being embarrassed about Margot, Mummy, and Daddy. Funnily enough, Margot, who is much more shy than I am, isn't at all embarrassed. I think what is happening to me is so wonderful, and not only what can be seen on my body, but all that is taking place inside. I never discuss myself or any of these things with anybody. That is why I have to talk to myself about them. Each time I have a period, and that has only been 3 times, I have the feeling that in spite of all the pain, unpleasantness, and nastiness, I have a sweet secret, and that is why, although it is nothing but a nuisance to me in a way, I always long for the time that I shall feel that secret within me again. Sis Heister also writes that girls of this age don't feel quite certain of themselves and discover that they themselves are individuals with ideas, thoughts, and habits. After I came here, when I was just 14, I began to think about myself sooner than most girls and to know that I am a person. Sometimes when I lie in bed at night, I have a terrible desire to feel my breast and to listen to the quiet rhythmic beat of my heart. I already had these kinds of feelings subconsciously before I came here because I remember that once when I slept with a girlfriend, I had a strong desire to kiss her, and that I did do so. I could not help being terribly inquisitive over her body, for she had always kept it hidden from me. I asked her whether, as a proof of our friendship, we should feel one another's breast, but she refused. I go into ecstasies every time I see the naked figure of a woman, such as Venus, for example. It strikes me as so wonderful and exquisite that I have difficulty in stopping the tears rolling down my cheeks. If only I had a girlfriend. Yours, Anne Frank. January 6th, 1944. When's D-Day? Isn't D-Day coming up soon? Anyways.